building to this is... Oh, shit. Welcome.
Hey.
To the Marathon Mile.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Everybody, this is Tom Castles.
What's up, guys?
Who's Tom Castles?
I'm a huge music fan. I'm a music lover, a music player. And I'm a writer as well. And that's what I do professionally these days, is I write about science and medicine.
You were a huge person that was supporting me on my 200 vlog series.
Yeah.
So I had to have you on.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a choice. With all my episodes, I give my guests two options.
Okay.
Option one, they can pick their topic. Comes at a price of $26.20.
Yep.
For the miles of a marathon. And option two is I have a topic on an index card.
Well, I'm really interested to see what you have going on in that brain, John. So I'm gonna choose your topic, but I'll still make the $26 donation for sure. Mile 11. Hey, I love this topic.
What do you think? Do you think the mind is something that is this godlike construct that is void of matter? Or do you think matter arranged in a precisely beautiful way is the cause to the mind existing and what we perceive as consciousness?
Well, that's a pretty big question to start us off, and I like where you're going, but I'm not sure that making that distinction is really that important, because right now the short answer is that we don't know, right?
Yeah.
We have ideas about what the mind is versus what the brain is, and how the physical can manifest the metaphysical, I guess, which would be the mind. But I definitely don't think that the mind is some sort of godlike creation that just exists in the ether, and I'd have to go with the physical version.
We're doing great. But in order to continue doing great, we need to be alive.
Yeah, that's yep.
But how much of a concern is that really?
Climate change being the first one. I think that instead of it just being this massive explosion that destroys all of humanity, it might just be this small little whimper of like we kind of run out of resources, or back ourselves into a hole because we're making the environment unsuitable to what we're used to and what our bodies were built for.
It's interesting. I think psychologically, when people see say people not caring about certain issues, they think they're better than everybody else, but I think they think they're worse than everybody else in the back of their minds, or so insignificant that the change that they have on the world is negligible.
Right.
So why do I need to make an effort?
Yeah. Well, I think the more time you spend on this planet, you start to realize that pretty much no matter who you are or what you're doing, you really do have a serious, meaningful effect on other people's lives. And I think it's just a matter of whether you choose to notice it or not.
Tom left his house, walked a mile with me,
Yeah.
make an effort,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm bringing your name to New York City, buddy. So the last question of every episode
Mm-hmm.
is, what do you do for your mental health?
So I realized pretty quickly when I was a kid that if I didn't sort of constantly manage my mental health, it started to sink. And I realized that over time, I could sort of level that out through a number of different factors. So one of those is just making sure that I have something to work toward. I think that's probably one of the most important things.
Love it.
Right now, I have so much to work for and so much to focus on. And, I'm trying to build a career. I'm trying to build a family. I'm trying to find a home. And just those three things are going to require a massive amount of effort and focus. But having a long-term goal, I feel like, is crucial for your mental health. Another thing is exercising. I feel like no matter what, if I have fantastic goals, if I don't move my body, I'm going to feel terrible in my brain. Playing music is something I've always done. It's always been therapeutic for me. It's fantastic for my mental health. It just makes me feel joy all the time. And the last thing is the relationships that I have, with my wife, with people at work, with my friends and my family. It's so meaningful, and it's like almost like doing stretches or yoga with your brain,
I love it.
So those are the 4 things that I do.
Thank you for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me, John. It's a pleasure.
And to my audience back home, stay sharp.
To take you